No, we win Clash like 50-50, honestly.
I clicked
Yeah.
start
For
streaming by
push,
accident.
Push, we
I'm
have a
embarrassed.
1-6 win percentage right now ever since we went 4.0.
Yeah.
Okay.
L.
I guess let's get rolling into it.
Mm.
We'll say I'm gonna do the OG start. What do we think the plan is? I guess what's your plan for this one? Anybody speak up?
So on Flashpoint, we usually run Jotes, and the goal is to play as aggressive as we can, and then find someone to int on together.
That's completely understandable. Can I ask about the Sojourn pick? Is that just a? I know that that's kind of non-standard.
In the well, that's like it's like OG Jotes.
Okay.
All
right.
Sojourn.
Bless you.
All right. Step one. Can I? Who's a Sojourn player? Are they here?
That's
The
Sean.
one that is not
He's
here.
not here.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not here.
Yeah, he really should not be the first one out. But
Yeah.
Okay, let's record that and just send all these to him to know.
Yeah, it's recorded.
okay. This is a good thing that you should be aware of. The shout trade with the anti is very important because there's a really good opportunity for you to disengage here. And okay. Okay, I'll tell you the problem. I know the problem right now. Right now there's a little bit too much of a disconnect between some of you turning for the Genji and then the rest of you just walking in here. You get a kill here and you get the conversion, right? Not the Genji. There's just a lot of this should not to be where you guys are fighting. You guys should all be either stacked together, like wait cider, or you need to all be fighting them right now because you have an advantage right now.
No marking the tracer.
Yeah, you don't really need to be honest, unless she is becoming a problem. And then in which case, you have better options than to have your backline mark out the tracer, to be honest with you. I think forcing a tracer 1v1 is a little bit stronger. You should be trying to force, I think, a little bit more of a fight right now, especially because you know that the Genji is going to be slow. The nade, okay, that's a fine stable for the nade. Okay, this needs to be... Don't. Okay, this is the wrong call here. The diva just burned all of her util on you, or just realistically, I don't think that... I don't... Yeah, you can kill the diva here. But the problem is this is going to be hard to convert because she also gets out alive still for a little bit longer, and it's just going to take longer. Like, you guys do convert it, but you can definitely get it done a little bit faster. If you see when the diva engages, you can just walk into the rest of their backline.
Yeah.
So, consider that as alternative for when you're playing. Are you guys? Who's your alt tracker?
Dusky. Although me and her have been kind of sharing the role.
Okay.
It's my first time ever being in an environment, and it's a long story. I've been not able to do it that much.
It's a challenging thing. So the thing that I question with this is you give him a lot of space by playing right here because you give him more options to engage.
Mm-hmm.
You can entertain ideas of playing up here, to be entirely honest with you. You can entertain stuff like down here.
Yeah.
This is just a little bit passive is the only thing.
I think we lose point here, and then the next time we're on like a defense, I think we play up there.
No, I think we win it.
Yeah, this is.
No, we win this. I remember.
This is dubious.
Yeah, no, we win. We win. I remember.
Dubious.
Time for the reckoning.
I would just say, just to be more principled, this is a much more questionable way to engage because you have the disengage from the brig, which I don't really know if was necessary. I would definitely look to... Yeah, this is just much more dubious because you only have your JQ in, and then you're not really...
I didn't even know you got that far, Taco.
I don't know why I'm back. Oh, it's because I'm like low. Like every single engage, I get hit by glob,
Well, you back
and
then,
I'm just
when you were
low.
full, but then you got globbed right there.
But this ends up working just because honestly, John and Your DPS are just kind of making mechanics gapping. But if it gets to be a more challenging environment, it is going to be much more imperative that all 5 of you are playing much more stacked together.
Yeah. It's just I don't like. Yeah, we run the Jotes comp often. It's just I'm not.
Yeah, you're not the
good.
break. You're not.
I'm not
you're
the
not a
break.
player.
I'm usually
Yeah.
not the break. But the comp works.
The bigger thing.
We should grind rank together, Taco. Like break Juno, so you can learn break.
We should. Oh, I like no break. It's just ranked is not a good place to practice break in a scrim environment. It's just playing with my tank. So if anything, I need to queue a John or something and just stack John.
Yeah, I would also be careful here about this. This is a little bit of an ambitious engage. Dragon, you should probably also be further in. Realistically, you guys should probably be 4 stacked, with the exception of your Sojourn being allowed to be a little bit further back. But Jake, you should die here, or then Jake the Kess. Okay, now Jake, you should die. Okay, never mind. I forgot. Jake, you guys to do that to you.
AQ has 4 health bars and Brig has like -2 HP.
Okay, this is just bad focus. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Well, we can look at it this way. I know this isn't really great, but it's just kind of funny to look at sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, just there needs to be. Again, you're getting away with it just because of what it is, but you need to have a little bit more of a plan. It's like you need to identify like what's the weak point on their team.
The supports who are low there.
Yeah.
Oh, I just say even in general, right? Pre-fights is you need to consider like their Kiri is kind of not a great target, but Juno is like, especially when they're speedrunning, Juno is pretty easy to kill. Just to be honest.
She also especially kept like flying out.
Did you have a scope with Juno there?
I did.
Yeah, this is also you guys just need to stack a little bit better. It would be it's much better if all 5 of you are stacked to give them more room than to be this split up. Because to be honest, if they play this correctly, they should all int. They could probably int this, and when they have blade, they have this, they can just kill your core right here, and you're not going to be able to convert in time, I don't think.
Yeah.
So
I think that's exactly what happens. I think the Queen engages with her all gets 2, gets 3.
Oh, it's like I'm a genius. I'm just kidding. Yeah, just play. If you play stacked, I know that invites the opportunity for the JQ to ult into you, but you can, from like just like a pure trade perspective, if all 5 of you instantly die and they use JQ ult, that's a dry fight.
Yeah.
That's a free ult for them to use, and if you all 5 die at the same time, you can come back and contest very quickly.
Yeah, we called the Brenda JQ here.
3 ults. Okay, this is more of a critique. I know that you don't have the experience, but whoever your ult tracker is, I would just be careful there, because that is not necessarily the greatest trade, I don't. But I think it ends up being fun.
We've been playing where we will happily trade like a lot for Ray.
I listened to the wrong thing. Never mind. I actually think it's fine. I thought you guys had the Juno for some reason.
Oh yeah.
No, that's fine. I lied. Yeah, same thing. It's just playing the goats like principled and brawl style is you really just need to hard stack.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that just if one of you notices it, just call it out and talk to each other and try to do it. Because you can really, like this is, she's kind of just helpless, to be honest. Small Vietnamese woman unable to do anything in game when all of you run at her and just kill her. Yeah.
I know I missed him.
So, I guess their comp is still quite easy for you to exploit. Nowadays, you should also consider using Cass as a target for you all. Because this is a much better engage. That was... I'm not gonna say anything. You guys know what happened there. Yeah, just get out. You get out, die. Don't use anything else. That is okay. The thing is, if all of you die here... Oh, okay. I'll just say, if all of you die here, it really isn't that bad. You give them ult charge, but in terms of like actual point progress, they don't get very much, if anything at all.
Listen, I'm gonna say is I'm called TJ Gone for a reason. Okay.
As you see here, it's like, I don't know. To be honest, if you guys had all died there a little bit faster, you probably would already be on point fighting them. So you can take stuff like this, and it's okay to just int and force, like hard force fights. Let's see here. Okay. I'll say this is one thing to note in regards. I just say you should play Principled Overwatch. You do have the option, because you guys know that you've been just beating them on raw mechanics. You can just take this engage and slam them in the face if you really wanted to. Because this does burn time. Obviously, this is the correct way to play, but this is also acceptable. I would consider in this scenario, wrapping here and taking this fight here, as opposed to this right here, because you can force the JQ. If you take this fight here right now, it's very, very difficult for the JQ to get involved. But if you go here, she does have the option to pinch you, which I don't think is going to matter, because she is, just from what I can see, not very good. But this does invite a little bit more potential problems than taking the wider fight. Yeah, like the soldier, honestly, it does just kind of seem like the JQ just ends up getting a lot of value, and then you have to use more than you like there.
Yeah.
I'd say also, to make sure your Sojourn, whoever it is aware of, I was talking about this with the D3 DPS, is looking for active sight lines, because they don't have to, there's not really, right here, there's not really a reason for him to drop.
He could just stay on that high ground, yeah.
You can, yeah, there's not a huge reason to do that. You can still, yeah. That's okay, though.
Pushing a pass fountain to get the wider angle might be actually not that bad of an idea,
but something that you might be able to entertain, just specifically at this point, is some tactics. Is you can force, maybe, if people stack in here, and so your Sojourn out here is an idea that you can entertain. You can also just look for way more close angles, because the whole idea is that you have to be very, now that they have the venture, your backline does need to be a little bit more effective and make sure that they don't get cutouts. So to here, so I would also say this is also not the greatest place to play neutral in. You should be aware that the better way is to drop back height, to be honest with you, rather than dropping back point, especially because one, you're in control, and you also are going to be, you also do have ults on them. You're about to have two over the one. It is okay for you guys to drop back heights and give them a little bit of space for you to re-engage. Scout blade or something like that. Yeah, seriously, because the bigger thing is they don't, now that they have the venture instead of the cast, you do have the ability to take these wider rotates at much less risk, because they're not just going to beam you out of outs. Especially, yeah, your Sojourn should not be like around here, to be honest.
I love Berg.
Yeah, you guys need very disjointed fights here. Say, let's see, point something else.
I think I just get 2-tapped by the Kiri. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, so that's also a part of why playing the height is so strong, just in general, because you have the additional, you don't really have very much cover down here. Up here, you do have the option to try to dip back to look for a disengage, but when you're out on points, your only real option is to run all the way back.
So I would like drop with my, or would my queen be playing low ground, or my queen be playing height when they engage here?
If you, when they engage, is you can have your queen drop.
Okay,
and then all of you fight together.
I would drop with my queen. Okay.
You don't have to on the brig.
You can play up there and do armor pack.
Maybe not right away.
If they dive your Sojourn as well, you're gonna get value up there.
You have, it's just more about presenting options, right? Because when you're down here, you only have one option, right? Or you have two options, which is run at them or get out or back up. When you're up here, you have significantly more because you can, you know, you can go, I don't know where my pen went, but you can drop, and then once you drop, now you're in the same tree, like the decision, right? Or while you're still on height, you can stay or you can back either way. So you just have more options, and it just makes it much harder for them to engage on you because they can't predict what you're going to play for as much.
This ends now.
The kind of same thing here is you really can't just let them have this up here for free. It's one thing if you're mid fight and they go up to rotate, but you do notice, if you notice this here, this is going to mean that it's very, very hard for them to take this fight up here. And if the Avenger is already set up one up here, it is going to be a lot of a harder fight for you. But you can just, it is just kind of uncontested. I don't know about this.
This ends
Yeah,
now.
that is. Yeah.
Get the point because of that. I called the go on the venture dig. I just thought she would pop out. Much sooner than
definitely.
she did.
Listen, my takeaway for this point is play the heights when you can, because just it's the whole idea is that they're very strong for a reason, and there is just kind of a reason why those are always the places that are contested on each map. So if you have no reason to not go a height, then you should do it. I would say something you can consider, especially if you have the speed, you can consider a wide angle here, a wide fight, because you can potentially catch them before their JQ is
Hey,
able
before you
to.
pause, look at my toes. Oh, never mind.
In 10 seconds.
Never mind.
This should be a call out that is noted that the JQ is very, very splits. This is a good disengage. I think do it a little.
Just engage off rush.
This is fine. Just good shouts.
Time for the reckoning.
Yeah, I'll say the biggest thing that I have here is just there's not very much focus, is what it just looks like to me. There really just does need to be a lot more. Just like everybody's shooting one person type of thing. This is just kind of what it is here. So whoever is your target caller mid-fight, just make sure you're echoing comms is a big one. If you're not the target caller. Well, you don't even get one kill off of there. That is unfortunate. Ult-wise,
I think our objective that fight was just to take it dry. And we ended up getting 2 out, which was kind of value. We also get a point to them.
yeah, I think the problem here is that you guys go for this really wide flank, which honestly is fine. But this is just, you let them get more initiative midway through fight because your core just ends up backing and dropping off.
Yeah.
So all of you need to just make sure you're playing much tighter together, or at least you need to play slower, or you do need to play slower, and just make sure that it's stacked together.
Yeah, I think I kind of engage a little too fast, and
I should have made sure they were in the speed. Did they leave speed before we engaged? Can I double check that?
Ring? Yeah, they ringed with Ray, and we
I mean, our
engaged
speed.
before
Our
Ray.
speed. Did I go too fast?
I have no idea.
If I did, then I'll make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah, just another thing to note, when you take these wide angles, if you burn util on the rotates, you have to be very, very cognizant that you're going to enter the fight without it. Okay, just target, really. Yeah, this is just the thing. This is just disconnect in how aggressive you guys are looking to play. I know you just ulted in and you're kind of, that's why you're in there, but regardless, there does need to be a little bit more.
Because I just exploded.
Running together. Okay. Venture in the water.
Yo,
target together.
oh!
And burn the Q.
Oh, yeah, we stole the JQ.
I will say, okay, if the JQ is better than she is right now, this is very dangerous to do. Because if she's good, she lands a knife on one of you and you just die. So just be careful of that.
I think we could have just staggered her shorter because I don't think she would have gotten wave for another like 2 seconds or something like that.
I was very surprised that you guys were staggering the JQ.
Yeah, JQ's a very risky target to stagger. Is just kind of my points. Oh, okay. Here, I'll tell you the problem here. You let them engage on you. They get to pick the fight that they want to take.
We do have an issue where we play second a lot.
Here, you guys need to be like, oh shit, we can take this fight. Honestly, the instant you see the shout, you should be like, if your shout isn't immediately after in this similar, like mirror-esque, very similar gameplay comp, it is going to be very challenging because they're going to walk on you and you're just going to explode.
Yeah.
I said, Dragon, one thing to consider, you can pull Blade earlier in fights than you do. It doesn't have to be a mid-fight Blade, because early fight Blade can force a lot of util out and still be valuable. I don't know if he's here. I wasn't, but
No, he's here.
something to consider for you. I wasn't here.
Resident quiet.
I'm not sure if I actually had Blade at that point. I think I used it when I got it.
Let's see. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah. John was calling for me to Blade, but I didn't quite have it yet.
Anyway, I would just say you should generally be trying to mark out whoever John is on with him, because you don't. Your Sojourn is, especially when you're on the Sojourn, is you kind of need. You're gonna act a lot as the frontline damage because the Sojourn should be looking for more off angles. So, focus, target, shoot the same thing. That's good. Okay. Genji. Okay. Yeah, I think biggest thing there for you guys is just hard commit, or don't hard commit. Just pick one. Takeaway is either needs a hard commit, or you need to hard commit and get stacked are the two big things. Okay. Any questions, concerns regarding Survasa?
Is that? Do you think? Like, we've had a lot of success on it, but it might come down to just like mechanics. Do you think that comp is actually viable?
This right now?
Yeah.
I think that Juno is better than Lucio. Just because you have better tempo with Juno, and you also have a lot more utility, just to be honest. Because you can speed far more frequently on Juno, and you also just have more healing and more consistent. You have more consistent healing and more consistent damage. So I do just kind of feel like, especially with this, because you don't need the AOE heal as much, because you already have Brig, you already have the JQ shouts. I think is okay. DPS is fine. I think Genji's okay. I do kind of think Cass ends up working a little bit better than Sojourn does, because the problem with Sojourn is her damage relies very heavily on building rail, and Cass has very consistent, just very front-loaded damage.
Yeah, and their comp is also like difficult to build rail off of, kind of.
Good question.
Sure.
So we've tried the Juno Brig on this map, and most of the times we do, it isn't successful. But when we do this comp, it's a lot better. You think it's just a team synergy thing for it, or like heroes?
It might just be hero pool, and you're not comfortable with how to play it. But I will say, on paper, I do think
for the tournament. You think, or just keep it?
If this is what you guys are comfortable playing, it's one of those things. It's like slightly better. I don't think it's like, if you guys are equal skill against an equal team, I think the team playing the Juno comp is going to win, just because they're going to have more initiative with speed ring. And they're going to have better sustain because it's Juno right click. But if you aren't comfortable switching to that, I don't think I would do that before a tournament.
It's like an old Lorelei getting rolled by a Stompy Hunter with a shotgun.
And you don't even know about the new build on Titan.
I quit when there was fucking storm nades in PvP, and then before that it was Lorelei. So I'm kind of terrified if it's somehow worse.
Lorelei is just like, there's just better options. Synthos is way better. Prismatic Titan is OP.
Wasn't it bad when it came out? Or we just thought
It was just very glass cannon-y at launch. It is much better now, though. Icefall Mantle, OP. I love Icefall Mantle with Frost Armor. All right. I guess this is kind of the same comp, to be honest with you. Only thing that was worth considering is if you're on the BAP here, you should be looking for a little bit more of the alternate angles. Kind of the being able to shoot them at the same time. Just consider that. Okay. I would be very careful of Maywall here. And this should probably also be comms that your backline is getting pushed out. Okay, no wall means you guys should dance. Genji, you should still be with your tank in general. The way that you guys do this, I think. Yeah, it's just kind of the same thing. You guys need to be actually engaging with each other is going to be a little bit of the biggest thing. The Genji with your DPS with your tank. That is my takeaway from the attack on there. I do think the JQ into their comp is going to be hard to play. They're going to have the sustain from the BAP. They're going to have wall. Ram can kind of just EU. And
The May also was just like holding him one on me like all game.
I don't... Alright, let me see if I can pull a better one up.
Don't worry, I already got scolded for that play by my individual coach. You do not need to point it out.
I know Gavin. I love Gavin, but I'll say this is just very, very challenging to play because you're always going to be, you're kind of playing around their Mei is really the biggest thing because their two biggest threats to your team are going to be Mei Wall and Ram E. And the fact that they've used both now means that all of you realistically should be applying as much pressure as you can. And the fact that you're this far back is very difficult to make something happen. So yeah, John is overextended, but realistically more of you should be in with him right now. But that's okay. All right.
Almost got it.
I think I inted on him May when you yelled May 1 like 3 times. If I remember correctly.
We better recontest. Genji's dead. Yeah, it just is very disconnected in the way it looks like you guys are trying to take fights. And you end up losing. Or split up and take off one by one.
Stop the payload.
Nice, gets too far. The perils. Sotome. Alright, this is actually a good thing that I'm gonna mention. I was talking to Bagel Seeds about this. When you play the Mei in this comp, because of the fact that you don't have a DPS that's necessarily designed to burst down whoever you wall out more, you need to be playing it a lot more for the utility angle, as opposed to the blowing up whoever gets walled angle. Like this, you showed wall and get outs. Also say, I don't know if this is necessary. Disengage. Okay, that's a good wall.
Time for the reckoning.
He pop you as soon as you come an ice block. Oh my god.
Ends now.
Disengage. You're doing your best to loop back here. You still do. All of you should be collapsing on this ram right now. Okay, kind of do that. Yeah, just make the call happen to make sure all of you guys are fighting on one thing. Because honestly, John should not be alive here. This is not okay. Yeah, all of you should walk in here and fight the room. It's okay. It's alright.
I just bleed gap him. I should have died.
I don't know necessarily. They don't have any DPS there, or like they don't really have enough damage here to kill you. To be honest, I think you're okay. I would maybe instead have just waited and maybe just kept tight and applied more pressure.
We were thinking we'd go around before the tank returns since we had the Duno JQ, which we have to say now is the thought process.
Well, here's the thing. You can...
I think our call there was that we
You don't have to be on cart. You don't have to be on cart. You still don't have to be on cart. Imagine it's still moving. You still don't have to be on cart. You still don't have to be on cart. No. There's this much headway for you to try to make a better conversion than this. But it ends up working, so it's okay. But I wouldn't give up height this easily in this case.
Yeah. We were thinking that we could like get a pick and then the next fight is like a nice 4v5, but it was kind of overzealous.
Oh, yeah, this is an uncomfortable place to be in. Yeah, this is, you guys need to be I would say y'all need to be a little bit coordinated enough to try to run through the BAP wall there or to hard disengage. But again, the wall's situation doesn't really help. But so for you, John, personally, from right about here, yeah, right about here, you should be aware that getting walled off is very likely for you to happen the instant you touch this left side. So honestly, I think you have better options than dropping here. Honestly, you can play point because they can't wall you entirely off of point. Yeah, this is just, yeah, stuck in the pain corner. And they pressed their ultimate. What?
I just give myself too much distance I need to cover so I can get back to safety. I don't know why every time I play that spot too and I expect to get walled and I just keep doing it. I just have to get it out of my system.
That dynamite hit anybody?
Me.
Yes, it did.
Oh,
I would be careful here through this entire engage, this entire sequence of taking more poke than is necessary. It doesn't necessarily do you guys any good to do this, so just be aware of that. It's a decent ult, mostly. Just make sure you shoot them. Oh. Okay. Let's see, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. I'll say, Dragon, just for you in the future, if you are in this scenario and you know that they're going to Juno ult, you can toss May ult a little bit earlier. And even though you are walled off here, you do have the option to just May ult right here. And the instant the May wall comes down, they just walk into it. So just something to consider. There you go.
Actually, this fight I wouldn't have used my ult if and actually maybe I shouldn't have. I used it just to get away from the gas who was gonna fucking kill me.
It's okay if you die here. You know.
Yeah,
you're
that's
fine.
another thing. Yeah, if I die, I could just get back. I maybe didn't need to invest that.
Hey, here it comes.
Okay. This is a very, very macro thing that I'm gonna go over in a second. If you guys know that the ram has ult here, you should be holding wall to block the ram for a disengage, as opposed to using it to block him off. Because what happens while the ram doesn't really matter. He just presses Q. As opposed to here, if you imagine you had wall right now and you can wall right here, and all of you can disengage and you get out clean, then you've now traded one ult for no ults. So, just, I know that this is like a multi-layered thing, as your ult tracking needs to be good, and also you guys need to be able to combat. But that's just something to think about in the future. Oh, Bob just melted. Here.
That name is crazy.
Honestly, good job not... Okay, except for that, you played LOS for your supports quite well for most of the time. So, props to that. But, yeah, it just kind of looks like you guys just get staggered out. You have contest. So your Ashe needs to also be looking for height here earlier. Because this is very strong, because they don't have anybody really to contest except for the Ashe. This is not really a necessary place to be. Okay, doesn't. Oh, okay, never mind. He does go for height and you just lose this.
Didn't think through the window.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Just something to say is, plan the May walls a little bit more if you can. It's not as applicable for the way this y'all's comp is set up, but a lot of the game, like the circular game plan, should really be setting up behind somewhere, speed ring out, and then at the instant you speed ring out somebody's wall, then you're on top of the person who got walled. Is, in my opinion, the correct sequencing of how you should be playing your comp. Okay. I'm not going to go this one too much more. Let's switch. Oh, I went too far. All right. Any questions on defense, or I guess from that one?
Ready for battle.
Should I be playing less Peely then and just hug John on first point then? Because when I separated there, I went to help Dragon because he was half there.
It's
Then
hard
John
because
ran in. Should I leave him and leave it to Taco and then go with John?
Are you on the BAP or the
I'm the Lucio.
Lucio?
I'm the feeder.
At this, were you asking like during this point?
During the first point, yeah, when John went really far in, and I went into the house to help Dragon. He was being attacked by the May.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if your positioning affects the outcome of this fight. When I think about this, because realistically, it is just your entire core needs to be with each other, or all of you need to be with each other. Okay. Yeah, it's like I would say maybe in this case, are you talking about like here?
It's
Kinda,
when I go in the house, like right before that. And John goes in and Dragon's back, and I run in the house to help him.
Yeah, he shouldn't. One, he shouldn't be on this angle.
Is I run in when he gets to half.
Yeah, I don't really know if you need to peel in this case. I think it's okay if you don't.
All right.
To be honest, and if you, yeah, I don't think you need to. And then this is just kind of unfortunate. Yeah, and it is kind of the whole thing is you're I don't want to beat a dead horse too much, but this is really just a very like this set needs to be swinging wider here to be able to also apply pressure on the same angle. So I don't necessarily know if your healing regardless would have changed the outcome. So.
Is it all right, do you think, if we play that like back sort of wider angle on point, and then use that car as like a little bit of cover, and then if we get pushed in to have our backline core rotate into the mega room and then take high ground? Is that like a thing we can do?
I think I get what you're saying. It's definitely possible. I think you would have to be very careful because the entire time you're back here is time that you're just going to give them time to move.
Yeah.
So this, if you set up here, I think that's one thing, but just stuff to consider, I guess.
Mm-hmm. My ugly, unwarm Winston.
Incoming. Defend objective A.
Oh. Standard dive. Okay. Yeah, you need to be a little bit more synced up with your DPS here is the biggest thing. So note for whoever he's not here. So note for your tracer. Be careful when you're going to apply this additional backline pressure. You want to make sure they want to make sure that whenever you're in here, that enough focus has actually been turned up here for this. Because if they go in here, then it's possible auto turns, they all turn. It's the shutouts. This ends up working fine. Yeah. Liliana, yeah.
My jump up.
Yeah, just know when you're. Honestly, you probably didn't even need to jump up there. You probably could have just jumped on the monkey there, or the Rhine there, and just get pressure. Yeah, this is fine. So some of you guys can also be, yeah, I would also be looking for more initiative. You can even set up here a little bit if you want. You could be potentially looking to set traps up here for this.
Objective lost.
Yeah, just tactic you could consider is if all 5 of you set up much tighter, you can try to bait them in, and then your tracer is on point, and then you can have your tracer pinch. Oh.
Shit, I like that as well.
Your tracer should be shooting the monkey with you right now, as opposed to shooting their back line. Alright, my question is, what are you guys waiting for right now?
We had no idea. I think in the moment we didn't know.
There's a good bit of downtime there that probably wasn't. Oh my god.
Maybe were we farming Rush? I think initially we didn't know, and then I was like, oh, let me soak up damage so we can farm Rush.
Okay.
I didn't think he was
Okay.
holding. I didn't think he held.
Yeah, this is honestly only critique there is just you can take fights faster than that. There's no necessarily like a need to ult this, especially.
But actually, the moment that we engaged too, where
Here
we
actually. Here, you want to know what you could have done? There's one opportunity there. That's gone. Second one right there. There's your second opportunity. Either one of those would have been a better time to engage, and you would have had utility advantage. I'd also say, if you are able to sync up with your tracer, and your tracer is able to time when they go in, it can be very, very good. Again, that whole idea of pinching, like right here, is their attention gets so split that all of you can just do different things at once.
No.
Sorry, making you watch you die again. The same thing as right here is if you don't have a huge need to just soak damage, if you're not necessarily going to farm for ults, then I don't know if I would. Instead, you
Oh
can
my
set
god.
up for dives.
How long have I been muted?
Quite a
For
while.
a while.
It's a good call out. I actually wouldn't drop to contest this as early as you do, to be honest with you. I think you can potentially... I think you can potentially chill here for a second. It's mostly dependent on where the cast is. Okay. I guess it's fine, but I think you can potentially wait out there for a little bit more. I don't. Not too sure about the beat there. Not too sure about really
We're
either
not
of the
gonna talk
support
about my
roles.
beats this map, okay? I've already been roasted into oblivion. There was one very bad later on. I will
say, just rule of thumb for you, if they have a Genji, you do have just the threat of just being able to beat the blade out, especially if it's Nano Blade. So, I would not immediately discount that as so. Because it really just does just then become a game of, well, I'm not going to blade because they have beats. So, it ends up being neutral. Or sleep.
I'm just so tired. I was astonished that Ana lived.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. You just have to be careful here in this case when your backline is getting roasted. Because your backline is not really able to engage with you here. And, I think Genji and the Mo keeps cleaning them up.
Yeah.
Okay, but this is also one of those things where I mean, it's like, the fact that Juno is just able to keep the Ana alive that whole time is... You can't do that with Lucio, you know?
Alright, I'm getting it. I think we have to retire to Lucio then.
I don't think you have to. I think you just have to play in a way that is more conducive to it.
I'm not
That
good
is
enough
really it.
for it to make it work, I think.
It's just different. It's just different tempo. That really is the entirety of it. I'll say, this is a good rotate. I don't know if it accomplishes everything I want it to accomplish. Okay, never mind. I think it's okay. You guys need to not get nooned here. Good. Okay. You should die or get out at this point. Alright. One died and one got out. That works.
We die and get out.
I'll say, okay, other thing, I don't know if I necessarily agree a lot with the Kiri Lucio here. I don't know, are you playing to cleanse the antis? Is that what the intention is?
We were just playing it because it's mobile.
I don't know. I think you have
I think it's also
Maybe.
a comfort thing.
better options.
Get on a break.
We haven't really practiced. Yeah, no, don't talk about that. We haven't really on a break that much.
No, we haven't.
Oh, that's okay.
Seconds remaining.
Maybe you just run Taco Alex then for the comp so you can stop the Ana.
For like Juno Ana?
Juno,
No,
no.
I mean just when we run like comp in general.
Well, Juno, you'd be break.
Yeah, you'd
Wait,
be
hold
the
on a
big.
second. What is going on with the subtitles? Why are the colors flipped?
Wait, that's actually true. ID Halo. Get it, you'd be brig, Dusty, on Juno brig.
No, you'd fully be brig. Neither of us are good enough at brig. And even in a Juno brig, Juno on a comp, I'd be on it. I wouldn't be on Juno. Try talking.
They get the touch. This does not have ults. That's fine.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Okay. Good. So you can hide there faster.
Wait, so can we?
Yeah.
On that last fight, like how we won point, what won us the point? Because we spent so much time trying to get that point, and I feel like nothing happened.
That's because I'm goaded.
Dusky just rolls too. I blow up. Sean gets a great pulse.
This is good. This evens you up. Yeah, it really is just the coordinated attack here on the Genji is the kill.
And they fall over one by one. Dusky's a
That's
freak.
unfortunate, but that's okay. The early pick on the Genji.
30 seconds remaining.
And this is just both get back at the same time. Except you have two on point ready. What the fuck was that? Okay, one thing for you to consider here, John. I know I said getting height here is good. You can potentially get more. To be honest, you're full HP. You could probably honestly be in and try to get more damage for a little bit. Not going to be that. Couple more seconds. You're shooting now, and then now you're back to height. So playable line. All right, yeah, I would not give that up as early as you did. Because there's not really why?
I don't know why I gave this up. I got bored.
My better question is, why'd you jump, man? Why'd you jump? Because now you don't have tempo to beat the monkey, and you have to wait until he gets in already.
I got bored. I might have been. I don't know why. I don't know why I jumped. The only reason why I think I dropped was to maybe have that monkey go up top and I could jump on it. But I don't.
Yeah, but then you let him get initiative. What's the benefit of that?
I don't get it.
Yeah, I blame John for this fight.
That's my fault.
Did not need to drop.
60 seconds remaining.
Economically troll. Oh yeah, we swapped Jennifer here.
Come to meta.
You can also just really you can just make the monkey's life miserable because every time. Okay, I'll say correct. When you play Brig in this, you just hold whip shot whenever the monkey jumps. But no, I'm just saying in the future. No, you know.
Now I know.
Exactly. And your tracer is just running their fade in the back line. Yeah.
Never monkey.
Yeah. Tracer just runs their fade. Kind of. This is a good call. Only thing I would mention for this is maybe if you guys can sync up who's on left and who's on right. That's really the only thing. That was maybe an unnecessary death.
Is stuffing doors even like a valid strategy, or should you just like play standard?
You don't have to stuff doors, but you can play tight.
Yeah.
Is something like maybe here as opposed to here, right? You know, like maybe just playing here, just trying to deny the option for them to walk out as opposed to forcing them to walk into you is also an idea. But honestly, that was pretty close. I think it just comes down to a matter of target focus and converting kills correctly. Any questions from that?
Nope. me. Anyone else got some burning inquiries?
So like instead of the Curie Lucio, are we just like starting Juno Brig, Juno Meta, Juno and more Juno?
My
Okay,
question is,
I
how the fuck
want
did I
you-
even make this team at that gameplay?
All right, I just want you guys to mostly consider
That was
one thing.
atrocious on
It's
my
more
part.
so.
That was the reason we lost that game by far. Holy shit.
That's not true.
11 seconds, 12 seconds.
Right.
14.
But here's the thing. You also have this. And you also have this. So that's kind of my point, right? Because the thing is, you have much better tempo with the Juno just because you have a lot more damage and a lot more sustain. So that enables you to play a lot more effectively. You just have to be aware of that.
You can get a lot more with the same.
Anything
I
else?
hate Juno.
I know it's not. She's not very fun, and it is kind of boring to play against her. But I don't know if you're playing for fun or if you're playing to win. That's
Yeah.
Ready for battle.
Peninsula. Oh, I get speared.
Alex shows up in this game.
It's the only game I play. Yippee!
She was
I'm the resident Juno player,
dying.
but we never play me, so yay.
You were dying this game though, right?
Okay, yes, but this was also the day I was sick out of my mind.
Yeah, that's
And
what
I
mean. You
needed
were
to lay
dying.
down.
You were
I
dying.
needed to sleep. I did not need to play this.
We would have kept you in, I think, for Juno Brig.
5,
Probably, but like I was dying. I needed
Could
to
have
lay
said
down.
no. I could have played the
round
Uno.
1.
You
Capture
you
the
say-
I mean, I could have, but also this was my
Taco
only game in like 3 days, and I was sick. So, my bad.
All right, we're gonna try to wrap this one up
Well, I
quickly.
think you never
But
did.
what's the point of this comp? Anybody, shout it out. No wrong
Raj.
answers. Incorrect.
Li-
There's a right answer.
Live and fight close.
Okay.
Stex.
No.
Damn.
Okay.
There's no
I
wrong
just wanna make
answers.
sure everybody
All of those
knows.
are wrong.
Fade out the main wall.
Okay. I'll say in this case, just for you, John, micro thing. When this happens, I would probably just pop shift and hold right click.
Yeah.
I don't know if the 2 punches in there, I don't know, are necessary. Ooh, the brig, nice. Okay. Only thing I will say here is when you're looking to try to get the initiative for a fight, something along the lines of Juno speed ring right here, and then all of you rush is probably a little bit more sound in how you want to play
Do
this.
we have ring or is it song cooldown from
I think it's
spawn?
on cooldown at that
Yeah, it's
point.
not cool.
Yeah, that's
And then you guys got walled, and I didn't ring at that point.
That's fine.
Why did their brig bash?
This is probably where we should bring. Oh, there we go.
I don't know, but I saw it and I took
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you fucking reacted the shit out of that. Why the fuck did she bash?
3K. Let's go.
team kill.
Okay, maybe I'm not bad. I'm just reckless. Suck with me.
Just
You're just
play a
silly.
better
You can
character,
fool.
honestly. All you need to do
No.
is lock break.
I fucking hate playing Brig.
Trust me, I hate Juno Brig meta. It sucks.
Brig is such a boring hero. I hate her.
Right here, I get speared and I hit E instead
I-
of hitting shift and I fucking won.
One other thing, you do have an option to try to play a little bit closer and play for a little bit more poke.
Mhm.
You can maybe honestly get away with being up here. If y'all are coordinated enough, there is the idea of Maywall up into here. Just so you're aware that's an option, but that does require that to be like the known plan. So,
End of May.
no May.
No May. I think we do have an issue sometimes of giving too much space for free.
Spear there. I would already be on the trigger finger looking for an engage. Yeah, you just give them a little bit too much space there is really what happens. Because the reason this ends up working is they're going to get a bunch of space, and then while you're backing up, this Ashe takes this off angle and is going to poke down your brig. So Yeah, all of you guys just need to be fighting a little bit earlier than that. Just playing a little bit more aggressively. Your Ash should also, in this case, probably be looking for some more aggressive dynamites. Something along the lines of stepping out up here and looking for a burn is good. I would be disengaging harder than this, but this is also okay. Okay, that's a good call out. It's a lot of ults from both teams.
They use Ray, which is why we use 3.
I'm more thinking. I would be careful of this Brig ults. I'm not. Generally, I don't think that mid-fight Brig. I think mid-fight Brig ults are a lot more risky because you do run the risk of you just dying. So I would definitely consider an earlier fight Brig ults in the future for you, just on.
I think I
like,
got
risk
it while
perspective.
bashing out. I didn't have it right away. I think I used it right when I get it.
It's okay then.
Because I got pulled in and I bashed out and then got it in back.
This is where I get speared.
Oh. Okay.
Literally, I get speared and I hit fucking E for no reason, and I meant to go into Nem, and I blow up. And if I hit shift, I live.
I did not have the reaction time for how fast he died, I'm gonna be honest, champ.
No, I fucking blew up. I blew the fuck up. Like,
Yeah, because I was
blinked and
staring at
died.
him the whole time. My heels did nothing.
I blinked and I died.
I will also
I was
say,
pre-booting it.
when you run out of the shields, it's worth it to immediately consider where you're playing.
Yeah,
Like, hey, you're out of shields. You probably right here, your shield runs out. You fade back here instantly. You stay alive this fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. Okay, well at least you guys die fast. I think, hopefully.
Oh, shambles.
Okay. This is okay, I think. Genji. Oh, one other thing for you guys to consider. When you're playing against the Mei ults, the Mei wall, there is a certain pathing that can make it very difficult for the Mei to do a good wall. Does anybody know what the answer to this is?
The
No
outside?
point.
You run into the risk of getting poked out if you go straight point.
Outside?
There's no wrong answers.
Rotate around the back?
What's up the wrong one?
Same thing. You kind of get poked out walking out to point.
Okay.
The answer is actually
Up
here.
there, yeah.
The reason is if all of you come up here and you stack inside and you speed ring out as 5, all 5 of you will get out, and there's just really no way for the Mei to wall anybody off because it would just be on top of them. So something to consider again when you're on this map. But it. Ew.
Yeah, I just get blues.
Said what? 2 for 1? Yeah.
Very often we Ray to try to save from Blizz. I think it's just a bad play.
Is the monkey pick just a touch?
Kinda. I know, we were switching over to this comp.
You probably could turn on the brig there, just so you know. Yeah, this is... Oh my god. Oh. Yeah, just target focus, I would think is the reason for this one. I'd say... This is ambitious, one. I would say this is probably a chance in when all of you should be looking like... This is okay, but also John and Dragon needs to be back here to make this work. This is just everybody's looking at different places.
I think the Ashe was like nearly one when I went on her. I was just like, I had the ego. It failed.
Score 0-1.
The audio fucked up for anyone else
Ow.
right now?
Yeah. My ears.
Can we start the stream real fast?
We may just have to turn down the sound because that was happening to Taco before and he couldn't really fix it.
Well, it sounds more like static than anything.
Maybe it's fixed.
Cool.
5, 4, 3,
Still there? No?
2,
No, it's good.
1. Round 2. Capture the
I'm gonna be
objective.
roasted into oblivion. I may have to make myself for my own good.
Chatoon started playing Overwatch.
Kill myself if I watch this.
I didn't know how to play this.
Okay, I'll say one thing. If you can consistently, if you mark the Orisa out consistently as JQ, this matchup isn't actually as bad as I think people make it out to be. Because while you're not going to be able to kill her, you can pretty consistently leave enough bleed on her that she's also not going to be able to kill you too easily. So it's definitely not a great matchup, but it's not as bad as people think it is, in my opinion.
Also, I guess for her to live too, she needs to be using her cooldown. So
Yeah.
like,
So again,
that's a neutral trade.
you just need to make sure you don't get speared in like this. Well, you gotta kill this.
I mainly did it for ult charge, and I have like twice the break now.
Okay. I think Pitfall here is gonna be... It's really gonna be fighting together with cohesive plan, I think. Because this is an off angle that I don't quite understand. Yeah. There just needs to be... You guys need to fight together for this. Maybe... Okay, right now, you guys should probably be disengaging because you don't have shouts. You do have ring, but you don't have shout and everybody's 1 HP. So this is a disengage angle. Really. Yeah, you guys should be out here instead of forcing this a little bit. Instead of forcing this, I believe. But it is okay. You switch the Orisa. No. These are mirrored almost exactly. I would say here, the Genji is definitely not great compared to the Mei in this comp. Because you're just gonna have a lot of damage coming at you on the Orisa. And you're not gonna be able to do the same amount. And yeah, you need to kind of get out here. Do you get converted? Ooh. Yeah, I don't know about that, Bob.
Oh, my spear.
Yeah, just like, I don't know. You just don't do enough damage here to really ever get a kill, unfortunately. It is what it is. So your game plan probably here needs to be playing for burn and then looking for utility trades, and then you can go for fights. It's a good call to rotate. Another mace here.
No, don't look at
Yeah,
this. Don't look
you-
at this.
Wow.
There's miscommunication. I'm gonna go kill myself. I'll see y'all later.
It's okay. It happens. I think she's actually gone. Uh-oh, chats. No, this is okay. Yeah. I mean, like she said, miscommunication. This probably is much more playable if all of you are... If you do have the ults for next fights, because you do win this one. But it is just a little bit unlucky that that's how it happened. Can you check something?
Alright, what I missed when I did my bit.
Wait, we won the fight? Oh, no, we didn't.
No, you did win the fight. I'll say, okay, this is partially why I think that you can Brig ults off of a engage here. If you did want to, if this is the plan to Brig ults here, I'm not saying it was, I'm saying if it is, you want to probably Brig ult right now. Just because you have the early fight, you can walk up with the overhealth, and it can kind of let you get out and away from this a little bit earlier. But that wasn't the plan.
That was
So,
my bad. I saw the speed ring and went for eye tunnel vision.
no. It is what it is.
We lose this game because of me.
We don't. We won the fight. Shut up.
It's, I mean, you also lost last point, which is kind of all of your team's fault. So I don't think you can say you lose the game because of you. But, ooh.
Nice be right.
Yeah, this is just unfortunate because you guys just are down you lose the ult trade here. They do just have that up. Yeah, Dragon, is the thing for you, man. I think you are looking for a lot of maybe the hero blades a little bit more. A blade that gets 2 kills is a good blade. Blade now. This is a little late, I think. Yeah. It's okay. Just so you know, like a blade that gets 1 kill, that gets 2 kills, and you live. If you get 2 kills and you die, you're net up. If you get 1 kill and you die, it's even, so it's okay. Just remember that. I mean, obviously, it's always fun to get a 5 kill blade, but yeah, that was just I think you just don't approach. This is the playstyle. It's very you're just looking for. Really, it's you're looking for their ring. You're looking for. No, actually, not that one. I lied. You're looking for wall. You're looking for burn. You're looking for anything, right? And it really is just a game of whose utility is going to end up being more valuable. Is the way you end up playing this mirror. You can't really force anything because you'll just die because of this, and they won't die because of this. That's just kind of what you have to end up doing against that.
Yeah.
Okay, that is all that I have for tonight. Then, are there any questions?
W Miguel.
Is Horse still worth playing?
The way you guys okay, don't take this the wrong way. The way you guys play, I don't think it is.
My horse is fucking dog ass right now.
I think it's just mostly the strength that comes with playing horse is a lot of maintaining the neutral game that she's very, very good at, which isn't really the play style that I've noticed you guys like to play for. So I don't know if, unless it's like something you all practice a little bit more, I don't know if it's something that is something to continue.
Yeah.
Unless that is what y'all want to play, of course.
Like I would like to have my horse up to that level to match, but I haven't played
Not
her
enough time.
seriously in the past like 2 years, so it's kind of gone.
I think we stick to JQ. We don't have enough time before the match to really grind out the horse.
Yeah. It's gonna be, I think, JQ, Ram. Maybe we run the monkey comp, but we can try it with Juno Brig or Ana Brig. I don't know. Finding value places.
Lucio
Any
is
other-
tired today.
I don't
Lucio's not
retire the
retired.
Lucio again. You're gonna get more value playing the Lucio if you're comfortable on Lucio than forcing the Juno and not being comfortable on Juno.
Yep.
Just remember that.
That is what we talked about too.
So
I know I don't really play much, but was there any like massive for me?
I would just say I would look for speeding is speed in general as a utility in this game is just very, very good because it forces a fight and it is very hard to disengage when people are walking at you in this game.
Mhm.
So I would definitely say if you're able to link up with whoever your DPS are and your tank, because if you're playing with a Mei with a Juno, I was talking about this with Dave. I do think that the Mei should be the one calling the speed ring. So if your Mei is calling for ring, you should probably ring with them because the Mei should have the wall ready because the idea is you're ringing into whoever's walled and then they just explode. But I would just say use it aggressively. It is very strong.
Okay.
Also, how is it? A lot of people don't realize, I think, just as a whole, it's how far it travels if you shoot it just normally. Is something I noticed when I was voting another team. Because I don't know, you can always there's no harm in you just shooting it like this if you're trying to play for your team. But a lot of people will shoot it like this. And this is way too deep for a lot of times when your team is playing. So don't be afraid to shoot it into the ground. Don't worry. Yeah. Anything else? That's a good question.
One you'll ever cross. One small step at a time.
Huh?
Is there any? Oh, actually, you were really quiet. That's good. I couldn't hear anything.
Wait, do you want to pick Queens or is that too much time?
I think Queens just comes down to our comp, and there's not really much to VOD in there. Like we're just gonna next time just play standard. I think we'll do better. Every time we've played push, we've been trying to do that or like cook a little bit. So.
We end up burning a 3-minute steak, you know?
Yeah. Also, the push scrim potential.
I apologize for throwing this idea on his head.
The push scrim. So
It's not a bad idea considering it's our biggest map type.
we get a scrim and we scrim 7 push maps.
We are one.
Hey, that sounds like suicide, okay?
That sounds like
Like, I'm not gonna fucking do that.
We have a 0% rate on every map that is.
Unless me and Alex like split 50-50 playtime, I'm not doing 7 maps of fucking.
See,
Yeah, okay. You see,
I'll do
if we're
7
playing
push
standard,
maps.
here's the thing. If we're playing standard, it'd be splitting between you and Dusky. I'd be on Juno 24/7.
Yucky. We don't like.
We could okay.
You two would be swapping break.
We cannot do 7. Okay, maybe
well, I
we'll
mean,
do like
it's
4
just
push
me
maps.
on break though, right? Then
4
or we
push
have
maps.
him on break as
How many
well.
push maps?
So the only reason I would want you guys to swap between Brig is because
It's just burnout.
that too, mostly burnout. Because between the 3 of us, I'm the least likely to get burnt out. So having me in for all those games as Junos is fine.
Should we have Taco do one game as Juno just in case he ever has
Yeah.
an emergency swap in a match? Like having
Yeah, obviously. We would have him play Juno.
Like, I'm
for
not a
maps.
terrible Juno. It's just.
Well, it's good to get
I'm a
practice.
significantly better Juno than you.
All right, I am an atrocious Lucio, but I still play him.
You're not an atrocious.
Bro, you see
I'm
that?
going
That
to strangle you.
whole scrim was just
Stop
because he
it.
sucks.
Outing
No,
the
that's
strangle
not what he
Dusky.
said.
He didn't say you suck. He said Lucio sucks.
That's not your fault.
And he didn't even say Lucio sucks.
We all played rough. That's not a you problem. Don't take it personally. It's just
Kinda.
more so reflective. That's a cool
Yo. RIT Academy Green ski trip.
I can't ski. Also,
What?
I'm gonna kill myself. I hate UML diagrams.